Hi Zen10, welcome to my 4,000 square feet apartment in Hiranandani, Thane. Come on in. My name is Richa. I am the founder and CEO of a sustainable women wear brand called House of Moxa. This is a 5 BHK apartment and I live here with my husband, our 2 kids and my parents-in-law. So the choice of design was influenced by the fact that I and my husband both have spent our lives pretty much like nomads. Both of our fathers were in the Indian Air Force. So for us, memories have always been in the form of trunks loaded with our stuff instead of being on the walls. So this time when we were doing up this house, we wanted to ensure that our kids have a lot of memories in this house. So this is my most favorite part of the house, this grand entrance. I think what really makes this area stand apart is the red frame in which the pichwai has been framed. It really adds a very beautiful contrast to the painting as well as the checkered floor. So we've actually created this wall so as to have a small foyer area. And as you enter, we've created this seating nook with a teak wood bench. And behind the bench, we have these beautiful old Indian glass paintings. So this is our formal living area, the heart of our home, filled with cozy sofas, bold patterns, and vintage elements. So we typically use this formal living area to entertain, and since we have some movable furniture over here, like the accent chairs, it's very easy for us to remove them and create a larger space for gatherings. So if you look at the entire formal living area, we've used some interesting bold colors and balanced them with warmer tones. And to add a bit of drama, we have this custom-made chandelier. But the focal point of this entire area are these wooden vintage pieces that have been framed in glass and wood. So this table, these are handmade, hand-blown glass tiles that have been clubbed together against a black mirror and then framed with wood around it. So contrary to the formal living space, and in order to keep the informal area a little playful, we've added a bit of pattern through upholstery on these 2 love seats, and we've also added a beautiful red carpet on the floor. Interestingly, this area has become the hotspot for conversations within the family, be it over a cup of tea or a glass of beer. So one of the very important elements that we wanted to have in our house was a bar. This bar has been made by Beyond Designs, made with hand-blown glass, crystal with some brass inlays, and the tabletop is actually a semi-precious stone. Even the backdrop for the bar has been very interestingly designed. These are remains of a palace in Jaipur, and these have been framed on iron and has been mounted on the wall. So another favorite in the house is this dining table. It's made with stone with mother of pearl inlay. This was actually a love at first sight. We didn't have to think much about choosing our dining table. So while this dining table is a masterpiece in itself, what really highlights this area are these 2 beautiful chandeliers which have been installed against these glass panels. And when we are hosting and these lights are on, it just creates a very beautiful ambience. So keeping up with the vintage theme, we also have these beautiful brass handles, and I think they add a beautiful accent to these crockery cabinets. I love the fact that this entire area opens into a beautiful balcony overlooking the creek. We wanted to keep our kitchen very simple and functional, and hence you see such sleek cabinetry here. Kitchen is primarily divided into 3 sections. One where we do our cooking and the prep, and then there we have our utility area where all the dishes are done, and we also do our laundry in that area. This side we have all our electrical appliances, our OTG, microwave, heater, and we have our fridge which is behind these cabinet doors. This countertop we typically use for our blenders and mixers. So this is our den room, and I think this is the coziest place in this entire house. We use this room to watch a movie as a family. It also has a collapsible door which creates a divide between the living area and the den room. Since we wanted to keep this room very moody, we have gone with brown tones. For example, the brown leather couch. We've also used wooden panels as walls in this room. And interestingly, we have also added a brown color leather ceiling. We have also added some elements in blue to give it a pop of color and a bit of contrast. So this beautiful door creates a break between our living area and the personal space. As you move inside, the first thing you'll notice is this beautiful mandir that has been made on a wooden frame. It has some glass cut work which has been done around these wooden frames and also on the drawers that we use to keep puja samagri. Darbar also has this beautiful hand painted part which I think really stands out. So this is our parents' room, and as compared to the rest of the house, this is very subtle and warm with neutral tones. And we have two distressed mirrors on both sides of the bed. And this is a beautiful hand-carved four-poster bed made in teak wood. And we have also added this love seat, which they use while they listen to music or watch movies together. And I think it's really cute to watch them enjoy this space. So this is our master bedroom, and as you can see, we have wicker panels in place of walls. I think this was one of the most bold decisions we took while deciding on the interiors for our house, and we weren't very sure about how the color would eventually look, but I think the way it transpired made us really happy. There's a four-poster bed. Traditionally, we see that four-poster beds are made of wood, but in this one, we've used glass and brass. You will also notice that there is a lot of leather used in different elements, be it a chair or the side units or even the tabletop. So as for our washroom, we've clubbed our dresser and the washroom space so that we can create a much bigger space. We have a vanity made of wood which has a his and hers sink. My favorite part of this washroom is the dresser, which obviously I use every day to get ready for work. So this is our kids' room. I have a son who's almost 10 now and a daughter who's 6. I love the fact that the designing is done in a way that it also doesn't break away from the overall narrative of the entire house. Behind me, you'll also notice this interesting niche that has been created using a wallpaper that runs all the way till the ceiling. This striking red leather door along with beautiful patterns added through stripes keeps the room feeling very young. So if you look at the bed, it has slightly thinner stripes as compared to what we have on the wallpaper. Also the chairs have stripes in them. So I think the entire play with stripes has been done very smartly. So this is the study space we've created for our kids. You'll notice something very interesting here. So instead of the typical pin board, we have used fabric here with some interesting patterns. So this is our guest room. We wanted to keep it very functional, so we've kept a queen size bed. While we wanted to keep this room very simple and uncluttered, we wanted to add a pop of color, and I think this headboard does that pretty well. So we've done something very interesting with the wardrobe of this room. Instead of using the regular wooden doors, we've used glass doors, and behind them we have sheer curtains. So it actually looks like a vintage door. We wanted to keep a seating nook next to the window so that anybody who wants to sit by the window and enjoy a cup of tea, they can sit here. So I think on most days, this is a mad house because each of us has their own personality, but we all share this common love for maximalism. This house for us is like a canvas where we all add to our stories and memories for timeless design. A space where design speaks through layers, textures, and also through the European elegance which reflects throughout the house. Our house has been designed by Sachin Gupta of Beyond Designs, and I think he's done full justice to the vision that I and my husband had for the house. Thank you, Zenden. I hope you enjoyed our home tour.